Hey folks, it's Erika here from Art by Miss E. Thanks for joining me for my second vlog. I'm pretty stoked with the response to my first vlog last week. I'm really excited to have your support and hope that you enjoy sharing this journey with me. When I realized that I could sketch on the computer and then transfer it to board, totally sped up my process and made it much more enjoyable. I think there's a taboo around transferring sketches onto boards instead of sketching them straight on there. For me personally, I like to use any tool available to help me achieve my vision. So I'm here to tell you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with drawing your sketch on the computer, and there's nothing wrong with transferring your sketch onto the board. There's no need to do every little thing manually. I think of it as, do accountants use calculators to add up their numbers? I hope so. Might have to double check that they do, but the most important thing for me is that I enjoy the process, number one. No point in doing it if I don't enjoy it. And number two, that I am working towards achieving my vision and expressing myself. Let's have a look at how I do that. Okay, so the first thing that I do is print out my sketch, which I showed you guys last week, number one. Number two is that you need a surface. Now, I enjoy painting on a very smooth, flat timber panel that's cradled. So when I'm done, it's very easy to hang up without framing it. You can use this process on canvas or any other surface. I've used this process to paint on plate, which worked fine. This is the transfer paper that I use. The brand is Sorel. It comes in many colors. I bought it in red because I figured that would stand out the best for my painting style, but you can buy it in grey so that it looks more similar to grey lead, and you can also buy it in blue and a whole bunch of other colors. I think this thing cost me like 10 bucks. It was super cheap and it is completely reusable. So I've literally been using the same sheet, so I've been using just like the first 30 centimeters again and again and haven't even used the rest of the roll. So absolute bargain. And then the only other things you need are a pencil and a little bit of masking tape just to keep everything in place so that the sketch doesn't shift while you're tracing. All right, let's transfer this sketch to the board. That's the sketch transferred onto the board. It doesn't take very long, which is what I love about it, because sketching things straight onto a board, there's a lot of trial and error and rubbing out and erasing, and I really like to have a beautiful, clean board to start painting on. So the sketch is very minimalistic. It's just giving me sort of the bare bones so that I have a pretty good idea about where I need to start blocking in all the different colors on my painting. I try and minimize the amount of errors that can occur, and by transferring the sketch onto the board, it's just one of the ways in my process that I try and streamline it as much as possible. I'm just about to head off to my mum's house for lunch. It'll be great to see her. Here we go! So I've just turned up to mum's house and she has surprised me
with pizza for lunch.
With homemade pizza for lunch. Yay! Which is like the best thing that's ever happened. So we're just gonna finish making these pizzas and eat them. mixture is ready. Oh my god, look at this. Oh yeah, oh my god. That's amazing. Oh, you look beautiful.
Exactly up the front there. 3 peas in a pot.
3 peas in a pod. I just need to get my grey hair action a little bit stronger to match you guys. Next on the list of jobs to do in the studio this week, we have varnishing this painting here. Now, I completed this painting a few months ago, and it is best to leave it for as long as possible before you varnish it, just to make sure it's dry. I'm pretty sure it's absolutely dry. So what that involves is pretty much just pouring the varnish onto the painting and then spreading it out with a brush so that it gives it a nice glossy finish. It also helps really bring out the colors. So sometimes the colors are a little bit dull once they dry, and the varnish kind of just helps them to pop and brings them back to their former glory when the paint was applied wet. One of the funnest things to watch, apart from painting time lapses, I find to be watching other artists varnish their paintings. For some reason, it's just really satisfying. So I'm excited to be able to share that with you guys today. This is the varnish that I am using. It works pretty well for me, but I'm definitely not a varnish expert. So if you're not sure what varnish to use, then I recommend doing a bit of Google research before you pour anything onto your painting. This one is great because it is removable if you need to retouch the painting or decide that you haven't quite finished with it yet, which is why I like it, because, you know, commitment issues. And then I just use a nice brush. I've seen a lot of artists use like wedge-shaped sponges to varnish their paintings, but I find that a brush works just fine, and it doesn't normally leave giant brush strokes in it because this one has very fine bristles, which are perfect for this kind of thing. And that, my friends, is it. The painting is varnished. It's pretty hard to tell through video, but in real life the colors pop so much more. It looks amazing. I can't wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to be shipping it off to its new home. Yay! Good job, team. Okay, so next up I'm going to be adding some more details to this painting. This one, just here. In my last vlog, you got to see me doing another layer on the left side of the face. And this week I'm going to continue with that and move on to the right side of the face. Always building up those layers and learning from all the mistakes that I make in one layer to the next, and just building it up and building it up. This painting has been particularly difficult. I'm learning a lot more than usual from this painting, so whilst that is a very difficult thing, it's also a really good thing too. Alright. here we go. Done for today. It's starting to get pretty dark outside. I try never to paint after sundown because it tends to strain my eyes and just make the kind of, it tends to distort the colors as well. Pretty happy with the progress I made today. I think her face is looking much better. I actually decided to take a different direction with her eyes and make them a little bit more glowy and ethereal or magical, just to give it, I don't know, a little bit more interest. I found that when they looked a bit more realistic, it was kind of flat and a little bit lifeless. So hopefully you guys enjoy the changes that I made today. And yeah, that's it. Hey folks, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. If you'd like to see more of my original artworks as well as prints, jewellery and more, please head to my website. Also feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook and all the other socials. Bye!